In this lesson, we'll work on attaching muscle systems to the character's shins. We'll get started by importing in a muscle. So that's import, merge, sweet. From there, let's go ahead and grab a muscle object. We'll choose open, let's click all, and then OK. Nice. From there, what I'd like to do is go ahead and maybe move the muscle over. That way it's easier to select. And then we can go ahead and work on renaming our muscle layers. So let's go ahead and take care of the hidden layer. That's going to be shin underscore L underscore hidden. You'll notice that all of its contents have also been renamed. So let's go ahead and press Ctrl Z to undo back. Nice. Let's do the same thing for the muscle main layer. I'll pause the video and do that on my end. Great. So both layers have been renamed. Next, let's say we go ahead and rename all of our muscle objects. So I'll go ahead and switch over to the Scene Explorer. We'll search for muscle. And then once we've done that, we can then head over to Tools, and we'll choose Rename Objects. Let's go ahead and use prefix instead of base name, and that's going to be shin underscore L underscore, and we'll choose Rename. Very nice. It's now time to resize the muscle system. So since it's going to get attached to our shin, we'll basically need to find the distance between the shin and its nub object. So let's go ahead and do that. We should still have our temporary exposed node in the scene. Let's go ahead and scroll up to the top. We'll choose the first object, which will be the shin, and remember the second will be its nub. Alright, great. So once we've done that, we should be able to find our distance now. Let's scroll to the bottom, and there it is, 38.807. Let's go ahead and jump to our listener window. We can go ahead and highlight all text in our script editor, and then press Ctrl V to paste if we have copied that value, or just simply type in 38.807. Let's go ahead and divide that by 60. By the way, if you hold down Control and you scroll forward with the middle mouse button, you can zoom into your text. That might help with the video. I'll go ahead and highlight what we have here and hit enter on the number pad, and there's the result. Let me go ahead and type in the value that we need. So that's going to be 64.678. We don't need this last value here, the 3. If this was set to a 5 or more, we can go ahead and round out the value before it. So instead of 8, that would be 9. But since this is 3, we can go ahead and leave this at 8. All right, let's go ahead and resize the muscle now. So with the global node selected, we'll grab our scale gizmo, and let's go ahead and set the scale. So that's 64.678. Nice. It's now time to align the muscle object. So here's how this is going to work. We'll make sure that the start helper is at the base, and the end is right here at the top. So it's the same way we set this up for the spine and for the neck. We'll go ahead and grab the global node. Let's go ahead and use Alt-A to align this over to our shin. Sweet. Now have a look. If we wanted to, we can go ahead and use center to make sure that the muscle is placed at the center of the shin, but this isn't necessarily perfect. I'm going to go ahead and show you another way we can go ahead and center the muscle, something that's a little bit more accurate. So we'll go ahead and leave this at pivot point. We'll also need to rotate the entire system, but that's pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and click OK, and we'll work on reorienting it now. From here, let's go ahead and grab our rotate gizmo. We'll press the A key to turn on angle snap. Let's have a look. You can see that the start helper is over to our left, and the end is at our right. So let's just go ahead and rotate the global node down 90 degrees. There we go. So we should have a value of -90. There we have it. So now, how do we get this centered? Well, we can work with a temporary helper if we'd like. We can go in and create a point helper. Let's make sure this is set to cross. We'll add it to our scene. Now, let's say we go ahead and position constrain to the shin, and then to our nub object. Great, so once we've done that, it's then just a matter of grabbing the global node, and we'll use Shift-A to quick align this to our helper. And there we have it. You can see that we've matched the length perfectly. There we go. So that's going to finish this shin. What I'll do is go ahead and leave the right side up to you because the steps are the same. Remember, we want the start helper at the base and the end helper at the top. Also, keep in mind that if you need to, you can go ahead and resize your knee helper just so that it doesn't overlap with the size of the helper that's tied to our muscle system. But that's it for this lesson. So in the following lesson, we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the character's thighs.